Hope everyone's had a wonderful Tuesday. Um, if you guys have been following my channel, you know I like to do a little bit of everything with the cooking, crafting, gig work, sightseeing, just about anything that I can do and share with y'all. But tonight specifically, we are cooking. And um, I've made goulash before, more like spam goulash. And if you know, you know what that is. But tonight I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've never made it this way. And I've kind of catered it to my daughter, who is a little bit sensitive to tomatoes. She personally doesn't like tomatoes, but it also, her stomach's a little sensitive to it. So I'm going to be making beef goulash minus tomatoes. No chopped tomatoes, no tomato sauce. Um, but like I said, um, I've got my ground beef here. I'm going to be using mostly beef broth for the soup portion, but it's going to have a little bit of frozen corn. And when I say little, I didn't realize that I had so little of my frozen corn left. Hey, Terry. Yes, and actually it was also my hubby who also brought it up. But yes, as soon as he mentioned that, I thought about yours. Um, but no jalapeno. No jalapeno, no spice, except for maybe a little dash of smoked paprika. But I'm going to be using some corn. I've got some celery. I've got carrots. And I'm also going to be using a little bit of um, dang it, I already had the name. Zucchini. I'm having zucchini in it. But the first thing we're going to do is to go ahead and chop up some onions. There's going to be lots of onions in this. So I personally prefer the sweet onion. The flavor isn't as strong for people, especially like me, who does. I like the flavor it can bring, but I don't like that strong, pungent flavor that onions can give. So I do like using sweet onions. We have all the same ingredients except for that jalapeno. Oh, did you add corn to yours, Terry? But yes, yours, goulash, was the first thing that I thought about. And I don't know if you heard what I said, because I'm not going to be using tomatoes or tomato sauce in this. The main broth is going to be coming from beef. So thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to smash that like button while you are. But let's go ahead and get to cooking. First thing is we're going to go ahead and chop up some onions. Nothing fancy with the onions. And every now and then I will try to look at the comments to see everybody who's here. But welcome in. I don't know if you guys can hear the island music in the background, but and this isn't just going to be like chunky onions. I'm not going to, make these too small. All right, so we got our chunky onions. Going to put that aside. And now we're going to go ahead and work on my zucchini. I already rinsed this, and because I'm not going to peel it completely, kind of like what I do with my cucumbers, and just put stripes on this. right, gonna do the carrots. They're already pretty slim, but I am just making them thinner so they don't take as long to cook. For those of you guys that are popping in, welcome in. Good evening. Cooking beef goulash tonight. It's not a traditional, and it's brand new recipe. Inspired a lot by Terry of Terry's Just Doing actually missed that. Where is my olive oil? That's maybe a half a teaspoon of olive oil, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and saute the onions a little bit. We're going to saute the onions and a little bit of garlic. Then we're going to put that aside, and then I'm going to brown the ground beef. All right, let's see. Oh, hour. I figured that's what you were trying to say. Okay. I had to set up my laptop so I can actually see the chat. Okay, so we're, like I said, we're just going to saute the onions for a few minutes just to kind of like soften it. But I don't want it to go completely soft. Trying to break them up in here. Should have done that before putting it in. Hey Presley, good evening. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for the floating hearts. And the jewels, thank you so much. We are making goulash, beef goulash. Minus any type of tomatoes or tomato sauce. So if you guys don't like tomatoes or tomato sauce, this is going to be the first time I'm actually making it this way. Really, the only goulash that I really know how to make is the Spam goulash. So I'm just going to saute the onions for a few minutes. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to it, minced garlic. And then I'm going to remove that from the heat. You can already get that yummy onion flavor. How's it going, Presley? That's right. And I actually made Spam goulash just last week. And that one had tomato sauce. Doing good, doing good. Thank you for asking. I know I haven't been live nowhere near as much as I used to be, but especially for the past month, our son was here. So other than working, even while he was here, we were enjoying life. And I wasn't as motivated to go live as much. All right. Just putting that aside for now. And now we're going to go ahead and add the ground beef. This was actually a 3-pound ground beef. I've already used half of it. So tonight we'll be using the rest. Uh-oh, don't want that. Even though I'm using real onions and garlic, I'm still going to season the ground beef with a little bit of onion and garlic powder. And just a little bit of salt. Not too much. Um, no, he actually just PCS or did a military move to Nebraska. He spent 3 years in Okinawa, adding a little bit of smoked paprika to this also. We were just talking to him today, and he's looking for a place to rent. He considered buying a home while he's there, but right now I think he is just going to go with renting.
At another store, Amy would have spent $200 on this party dress and lip gloss.
Get a little bit closer. No? Let's try it from this angle. There we go. You know, when it comes to draining this, you know, for as long as I can remember, whenever I'm browning ground beef, the way I would drain the oil out of this is just putting it in a strainer. I know the trick about doing the whole paper towel thing. You know, you push everything aside and you put the paper towel right there to soak that all up, but I don't know. It's probably safer for drains to do it this way, do it that way with the paper towels to soak up all this oil. So it's about, there's still a little bit of pink in this, but hey, Michelle, good evening. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain this before it's 100% cooked, and then we're gonna toss in the vegetables. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and add in the veggies. So again, for those of you guys that are just popping in, I am making beef goulash. I've got my ground beef, I've got zucchini, carrots, and celery. And just for a touch of sweetness and color, I do have corn as well. And because I just added the vegetables, I'm just gonna add a touch more of the seasonings. Jeez. I'm not adding too much salt because again the sauce is going to be coming from beef broth. Let that stew for a minute or two, or a few minutes actually, before we go ahead and add the corn, the broth, and the noodles. Oh, you don't have the stereo on. Oh. I used the 80% and I didn't strain mine. I just put everything in the pot. Ah, I mean, I know when it comes to straining, we also lose that flavor when we do that. I think this was 73. I wish I had a little bit more corn than that. But I used the very last bit. Like I said, it's the first time I'm making it this way. All right. And just to add a little bit of the island flair, gotta add some kikkoman soy sauce. And then now we're gonna add some noodles and then let this cook. Did you guys know that there are fake noodles out there? But it has to do with when you look at the ingredients of the noodles, if it doesn't say, I forgot what it was. But anyways, we started using this, and I tell you, the first time we switched to even using this brand, and I made, what was that, babe? I made chicken Alfredo. No kidding. Did the noodles hold on to the sauce? And this isn't an expensive brand either. All right, so I've got this on not medium high, but kind of like in between medium and medium high, and we're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes. And we'll come back and we will check it and go from there. Until then, y'all can come with me and let's go have a chat. Huh? Did I? Did I? Sorry. Just don't mind the mess, everybody. Okay. How's everyone doing tonight? Oh, Terry, thank you so much for reminding me. I'm trying to see, do I want to put it in now or wait until... I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Remind me in about... Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Because I don't want it to go in too early just yet. But thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot about that. But something that I've been wanting to do, I actually meant to do that earlier this month for my birthday, which was to do a celebratory, not really for my birthday, but just to celebrate my channel. In being fully monetized as of December. So thank you to everybody that's been coming to my live streams, watching my videos, watching my shorts, all my subscribers out there, and especially to all the members of my channel for supporting me for over 2 years now. September will be 3 years since I joined the YouTube family. But again, because our son was here, so we were just enjoying that time while he was here. So that being said, I am going to put it in and set up a day to go ahead and do a celebration of my channel, as well as doing a giveaway. I can't have some type of celebration without giving back to y'all. So be on the lookout for that. I might make a post. It might be a post on my channel just to give everybody a heads up, and especially if there's any games to be played and how to play it and to participate and to be part of the pool to win anything that I do as part of the giveaway. But just to let you guys know, really the best way for me to do giveaways is that it's and the fastest way to get it to y'all is electronically. So that's your hint as to what the prizes could be. But I have missed, doing, I was working my butt off, as most of you guys know that have been following my channel, trying to get my channel fully monetized, and even just trying to get to the 1,000 subscribers. So I definitely want to give back for everybody that's been hanging in there. I just don't know yet on if it should be, it's definitely going to be a game or two. Just don't know what kind of game to play. And because I want it to be fun. I want it to be where definitely I'm going to get participation for everybody that joins in the chat. That's part of the live stream. So I don't know. It might be, a quiz. It might be Pictionary. I don't even know when's the last time I played Pictionary. Babe, when's the last time we played Pictionary? Huh? Never? It's been 10 years at least, because I think the last time we did any type of Pictionary game was when he was still in the military. And he's been retired for more than 10 years. So that should tell you something. Um, let's see what else. What else? Um, I got just over a minute before I go add the onions to my goulash. What else? What am I missing? Am I forgetting anything? um, I know I should be making other announcements because I do need to get back into the back into my YouTube family community and participating and joining everybody in their live streams, watching their videos. I need to get back into that. Um, I do have to ask for my fellow gig tubers who do gig work and have a YouTube channel. I know it's the tax deadline. Um, Ours has been extended, by the way. Um, the tax deadline was April 15th. And we've had a CPA since before we had our food truck who did our taxes or who does our taxes. Alexa, stop. All right, be right back. Oh, that smells good. All right, so I added my onions and garlic. And I added about another 7 minutes. The noodles definitely need a little bit more time to cook. Um, oh, getting back to the question of the moment is about taxes. Um, Prior to hiring a CPA, we were doing, because we were working, we all had regular W-2 jobs. And so it was stuff that we could do by ourselves online, and we were using H&R Block. And I think typically we were able to file for free, or it cost us like 50, 60 bucks, I think. But this year we wanted to test the waters just to see, being that it's been 5, 6 years, maybe 6 years since we haven't used a CPA. But let's just say that we were extremely shocked. I mean, when they said, "Oh, we're not cheap," when we told them how much we were paying our CPA, she was like, "Oh, because we're not cheap." And I was thinking, really? Really? You'd be more expensive than our CPA? And we went through the motions, and there were things that we questioned about stuff that happened while we were there. And then after all that was said and done and found out how much we would be, as of right now, we would be needing to pay, um, the question really that shocked us more, not question, but the thing that shocked us more was not what we were paying for our taxes, but um, um, what H&R Block was charging us. So, Terry, do you do your own taxes? And I don't know what happened to Nina, aka Linda. I know she does taxes too. Should reach out to her and say, hey. But anyways, it was a ridiculous amount. Do you go through any one of the major, tax companies like H&R Block, or who is the other one that we see? We see them at Walmart. Who? Jackson Hewitt? Jack. Oh, well, that's nice. I need connections. But yeah, it was just a ridiculous amount. It was twice or practically twice as much as what we pay our CPA. So we were like, what? So we were like, okay, we'll think about this. And we felt bad, that all the work for the amount of time that we were there. I mean, for the most part, because I do a lot of the plug-in myself. I organize all of that stuff. For the most part, they're just plugging in all the information that we provide. So, but still. Hey, Sarah, good evening. Thank you so much, and Hop a Day, for popping in. And like I said, just to give you an example, this is just, it's not the official one, but when I say I put the stuff together for them and they just plug it in, I provide them with something like that, and they just plug in the information. And that's the only thing I don't do, Terry. And I should. That's one thing for sure that I haven't done on the ingredients I buy for the cooking live streams. I really do need to, to try and get as much deduction as possible. But I haven't done that. I know that's one deduction I probably miss out on for what happened last year, and then of course what's going on this year. Yes. But you know how they say about if you're claiming miles, you can't claim all the other deductions. But we let our CPA handle that. Yes. Internet, because, especially when you're at home and you're editing and whatnot, you're using their internet. So you get a portion of that. Also, you deduct that by how much time you think you spend online doing that kind of stuff. And cell phone, yes. Definitely a lot of deductions. See, this was just our income between the hubby and I. This, because I was working on it too. That's why I had my stuff still here on the table. But that was our income, and then this was the breakdown I had for our expenses. I color coded it for them too. But yeah, I mean, especially because, and I know every year we didn't get all of our miles as part of the deductible. I mean, especially when you're talking about last year we did, between the hubby and I, we did over 21,000 miles we drove doing gig work. Yep. Yeah, for sure the mileage. And that was the crazy thing there too. And that was that was just one of the things we questioned with the tax preparer, because when she showed us the total amount of tips that was earned between the two of us, and I was like, really? Between the two of us, that's all we made? And I thought that was off. Until I looked at it again myself, and I was looking at the numbers, because not all the apps actually provide you a breakdown. A couple of them do, which was a time saver for sure, because Spark is not one of them. Favor is not one of them. You have to do that yourself to break down and separate the base pay and the tips you earn on those apps. But when we looked at it that way and we added it up ourselves, we were like, yeah, she was missing a small chunk. So, oh, if you guys could only smell that. I wonder how much time I got left over there. All right, guys. We're about to go through the minefield here. Excuse me. My fan. All right. Look at that steaming. Oh, I have just over a minute left. Can you guys see that? Get a little bit closer. Go up. Come on. Up. Up. There we go. Oh, it smells so good. Let's try this sauce. Cheers. Is it more soy sauce, or is it more beef, or is it just more salt? Babe, can you come try this? I think we're missing, even though I added soy sauce and there's salt in the beef broth, but I don't think I added enough salt. Oh, whoopsie. Hot. I lost a carrot. Carrot down. Huh? I know. Who measures stuff? Come on. All right. I added a little bit more salt. All right. Gotta go. More salt? More soy sauce? Tastes good to you? Mmm. Call Zoe and ask her to come try it. Zoe, if you're watching, come try it. You want to add cheese to this? Do we add cheese to goulash? Terry, are you still there? Okay, Terry, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. But do you add cheese to your goulash? All right, I gotta try a noodle.
You had the noodle drink.
It's hot. I can't wait. Yep, the noodle is perfect. Oh, dang it, I'm losing. Go rinse that. A little parm? Okay. Do we have parm? I don't think we have parm. I don't think we have parm. Let's check. Parm? Do we have parm? Why are you? Oh, is it smoky in here? Do we have parm? Parm? Do we have parm? No, I have Colby Monterey Jack. Does that work? Oh. So, what do you think? More salt is good?
I think it's good.
Ooh, okay, I got thumbs up from both the hubby and the daughter. So there you go, you guys. This is my beef goulash that has ground beef, carrots, zucchini, celery, and corn. I hope you guys enjoyed what you watched and coming back for more. Again, I'll be on the lookout for my post for upcoming channel celebration. Until then, adios for now. Bye, y'all. Good night. And thanks again, Terry, Presley, everybody else that was here. Adios.